Hello and welcome to another National Marine Aquarium Facebook live feed. My name is Ollie and I work here at the National Marine Aquarium. I'm not in the Discovery and Learning team and I'm not in the Animal Care team. I'm actually in the marketing team. But the reason why I'm presenting this feed today is because we are in a super special area of the aquarium where there's not much room. So we don't have room for another person. So I'm normally behind the camera, but today I'm going to be in front of the camera showing you some rays. But obviously I can't do this on my own as I don't really know much about the animals. So I'm going to introduce you to someone that knows a lot about the animals, and that is our curator. So we are down under our big tank in the moon pool, and I want to introduce you to Marcus Williams, who's our curator.
Hello everyone.
How are you today, Marcus?
Ecstatic to be here. Yeah, it's a good day. It's a good day.
Awesome. So in fact, before we start, I just want to say a massive thank you to every single person that has donated so far. Your support during the closure of the aquarium at this difficult time is so important. So every single person that's donated, every single person that's liked our videos and giving us stars on Facebook, and all of your likes and your loves on Facebook really do help. So make sure you ask lots of different questions, and we'll put Marcus to the test, and let's crack on with some filming.
Okay, lovely. First of all, obviously Ollie is 2 meters away from me. Welcome to the moon pool. So this little tank here has got 4 different species of stingray in it at the moment. We're going to feed them in a sec, so hopefully you can see them all. I'll introduce them and tell you a little bit more about them. But one thing to notice, they're all boys. This is our bachelor pad. I'll talk a bit about the breeding programs we do in a bit, but sometimes you need to control their breeding a little bit. So that's what's going on here. All the boys are in here having a bit of time out, giving the girls a bit of a break. And yeah, just enjoying themselves really, listening to rock music, leaving their clothes on the floor, that sort of thing. But anyway, we're going to do some feeding now, and first of all, I'm going to put in the feeding platform. So, bear with me. So, oops. This little platform helps us to feed the animals. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about target training and things like that, because if you've seen our any of our films previously, like the Ocean Tank and Eddystone, you would have seen the guys use targets to feed the animals. Very briefly, if anyone's not seen it, we use that so we can control the welfare of the animals. If they can come to us to feed, we make sure they get the right amount of food, they get the right amount of vitamins as well. It means we can do a quick health check on them as well, and if we need to take them out of the tank, it's a lot less stressful for them. So in this instance, we've got a little platform here which the animals are already coming across to. But the trigger, the little cue, is this light. So I'm going to turn that on. That's their dinner bell. So some of the older viewers might have heard of Pavlov's dog. So when the dinner bell's rung, the dog starts salivating. Same sort of thing here. So the light's on, the guys know now it's feed time. Now, as well as this light in this platform, because this is just for 2 of the species, we've got this little lollipop stick here, still target. That's for 2 of the other species. So we have 2 types of ray that swim around in the middle of the water, and 2 types of ray that live on the bottom of the tank. So, first up are our Cownose Rays, but what I'll do first is show you a little bit of their food. So next to Ollie here is one I prepared earlier. So there's a little bit of squid there, there's that stuff there, and then we've got a bit of prawn and a bit of mussel, and also there's a cockle shell in there as well. So most of these guys are benthic feeders, so that means they pick their food up. Nice one. Is that phone waterproof?
It is now.
Okay. Most of them pick up their food off the bottom of the seabed, so they'll eat things like shellfish, like mussel and cockles, what have you, little prawns, sometimes little fish, what have you. They probably generally wouldn't eat a lot of squid, but it's a good food item to have in there. It's a nice balanced diet. Right then, we are going to start with our Cownose Rays, hopefully. So in the aquarium here, we've got about 10 Cownose Rays, I think, and I know my colleagues will probably tell me off later on if I got that wrong. So 10 Cownose Rays and 2 Javanese flat-nose rays. So the Cownose Rays come from the Caribbean, so places like the Gulf of Mexico, Jamaica. I could probably name several other Caribbean islands, you know what I'm talking about. And then the Javanese come from Indo-Pacific, so Philippines, top of Australia, that sort of thing. So we are part of a breeding program with these Cownose Rays. We've actually had a few pups here over the years. We've also had livestock from other aquariums around the country as well, and around Europe as well. So as an aquarium, we do work closely with all our sister aquariums in the UK and Europe. In fact, in here, with the rays we have, the Cownose Rays, so we have got, they're all hiding it there in the tank. So we've got Mo. So Mo is one of our original guys, been here about 10 years. That one underneath here, just here, that's actually the Javanese guy. But we've got Mo, we've also got Ripple, and we've also got El Nino. So Ripple, I think came from, I'm going to get it wrong now. Ripple, I think, came from Oceanopolis in France, and El Nino came from Rotterdam Zoo in the Netherlands. We've had also babies from Sea Life in London as well, and then in return we've sent some of our babies off to other aquariums around Europe, in particular France. Right, so I'll better stop feeding them, really, stop talking, or else they're going to get really angry.
And if you've got any questions, make sure you comment below. We'll try to answer as many questions as possible. Marcus is the creator of the aquarium, so any questions, let us know.
Right, so this little guy is Ripple. So Ripple was one that was born in either Oceanopolis or Rotterdam Zoo. So he's had a bit of squid there to come along. And I'm going to talk too much and forget these guys, so I'm going to feed them.
It's all right, no worries, you keep feeding.
Yeah.
Someone's asked, William, age 6, has asked, do the rays sting?
Okay, so all of these rays do have stinging barbs on them. Just at the back there, or you can't see, she's, come on, over here. At the base of the spine, base of the tail, there's actually a little barb there. They are not aggressive by any means of the imagination. They will only sting you as a last resort, as if they're very, very stressed and upset. I will admit I have been stung once by one of these guys. Actually, I think it was the Javanese one, so I don't like him. But yes, he did sting whilst we were moving him once. That was my own fault, really. But yeah, they do have a sting. Generally, though, there's nothing to be afraid of. You know, if you ever see one in the wild, they're going to be swimming away from you. They don't want to be anywhere near you, really. And you know, there are places in the wild where you can actually go and interact with these guys. You know, I won't say whether that's good or bad thing. That's up to individuals to make that decision. But you see from those films, like places like Stingray City in the Cayman Islands. You know, they're such gentle animals. They really are. They're quite intelligent as well. They just want to come and have a look and have a feel, see what you taste like, in a nice way. But they do have stings, they do have those barbs in them. And if they do use them, they can grow back. It's like a toenail, it just takes a long time.
Someone has asked, let me find that question again. Ella, age 7, would like to know, why have they got long tails? Good question.
That is a very good question. That is putting me on the spot. I'm going to have to do a best guess here, really, to be honest with you.
That's what we asked.
Well, obviously, at the base of their tail, they've got their spine, which is their defence mechanism. But it probably helps to do as well, just their balance and their swimming ability. You know, I mean, a lot of the fish you see, they're what we call fusiform fish. So they've got that proper fishy shape, and they're really fast and really well balanced. These guys are like swimming saucers and plates, so they're not that, hydrodynamic. So having that long tail there just gives them that little bit of stability, a bit like a rudder on a boat.
Nice, thank you, Marcus. Thank you for everyone that's watching so far, asking your amazing questions. Good question from Samantha. Leah in Plymouth, who I'm guessing Samantha's daughter. How big do they get? Are these guys fully sized, or do they get bigger?
Well, the Cownose Rays, like this chap here, this is the Javanese one, I think. The Cownose Rays can get to about 1 metre in length, really, including their tail, and probably get to about 18 kilos in weight. So they're chunky, but these guys don't get that big. Now, I could probably talk a bit more about the Cownose Rays in a second, but first of all, I just want to mention the Eagle Rays, because that's another species we have here. And talking about size and weight, those guys get pretty big. They can get to a couple of metres across,
wow.
Maybe up to 2.5, 3 metres in length, including their tail, and probably well over 100 kilos of weight, which is actually more than me. Quite a bit more than me, I should just point that out. They are big guys. So we have 3 of them upstairs in our ocean tank, which you would have seen. Ollie's kind of pointing up.
I'm going to point to our big
balloon.
tank, which you can see up there, but you can't really see.
So up in that tank that you saw a couple of weeks ago, so we have 3 Eagle Rays. So we have got Cuba and Vincent and Kits. Now, we are part of the European breeding program with these guys. So we've been working particularly with an aquarium called Burger Zoo in Holland. So over a decade now, they've been breeding eagle rays. Now, eagle rays are vulnerable in the wild. They're threatened. The numbers are declining. They're being overfished. So a breeding program is a great way to, you know, ensure that as an industry we don't take any more animals out of the wild, and you know we help put a little bit back as well. Not necessarily by releasing them into the wild, but by giving them to other aquariums, and then other people can be amazed and fall in love with them. So we have of the three we have upstairs. So Cuba and Vincent are actually captive bred. They came from Burger Zoo. And Kits is actually from the wild, so you do need to take them from the wild occasionally. It's to do with genetics, it's to make sure that they're all healthy when they breed. And yes, Burger Zoo was the only aquarium in Europe that's actually managed to breed them. But then in June 2016, we actually had 2 pups born to Kits. Vincent was the daddy, Kits was the mum, and we had, I'm trying to remember the names now. So it's Grenadine and Vincent. No, Grenadine and Kit. Oh my goodness. Nevis, Grenadine.
There you go, Grenadine and Nevis.
Yeah,
so many islands.
As Ollie pans away from me, so save my embarrassment. But yeah, so one of those is actually now in Oceanopolis in France, and the other one is still with us. And then a year later, we had another couple born. And in November last year, we actually had another individual born. And she is she is a she, but she's okay in this tank with the boys. She's Betchway. So Betchway is a little island in the Grenadine and St. Vincent's, and she's just over here.
And she is a brand new pup.
Yeah.
She was born last year, and we've not actually told anyone before. So any of you guys tuning in live, or if you're watching again on YouTube, you are the first to find out that we have a brand new Eagle Ray baby pup, and she is over there. And I'm not gonna lie, she is very cute. So
she's doing very well as well. I mean, these guys take a lot of care and attention now. At the moment, they're all getting 3 feeds a day. But when these guys are born, we have to feed them about 5 times a day. So it takes a lot of effort just to manage them and make sure they're healthy.
wow.
So the pregnancy lasts about 9 months, 12 months. And when they're born, they're like a little taco. They get shot out. They're all curled up like a little cigar. And as soon as they're born, their wings unfurl, and they are then just they just have to look after themselves, and they're just swimming around, they have to forage for themselves and try not to get eaten, because all these rays do have predators in the wild, and they are things like hammerhead sharks, bull sharks. Cownose rays can sometimes be taken by a fish called a cobia. Cobia is quite an interesting fish. It's actually related to the remora. So the remora is also known as the shark sucker. So it's the sort of fish that you see sticking onto turtles and sharks and rays. Any of you guys watch Octonauts will know all about remoras, I suspect. But these guys, unlike remoras, who kind of look as though they've got their head upside down, cobia are the normal way around. And they're incredible predators. They're very, very fast, very voracious, and they can easily yum up a Cownose ray. And they can also yum up biologists and aquarists as well. At least give us a nasty bite, as I found out once. So I've got a thing about them, but incredibly sharp teeth.
Oh, we've got a question here from Honna, who's age 6. Do rays have birthmarks?
Oh, well, they all have their own different colorations on them. I mean, Betchway here is the eagle ray. That's a good example. You can see that she's got a few spots on the base, at the back of her wing there. Now, they'll all be different. You can identify them that way. So you could call that a birthmark.
Nice, that is
And
good.
just to go off on a tangent, any of you guys who have seen Junior, who's our male nurse shark in the tank above us, he's got a great big black patch on his back, and that's his birthmark.
Nice. So we've got a question here. How big is the tank? Which is a good
This
question.
tank, it is about 8 metres long and about 3 metres wide, and roughly about 20,000 litres. So for these guys in here, that's okay. As Betchway gets bigger, no, Betchway will have to move out. This is just a temporary stopgap for her, and we'll have to start moving her into one of the bigger tanks, or ideally actually move her to another aquarium, because like I said, we're part of a breeding program and we work together on these things. So Betchway and also Nevis, who we have, the other one that was born here, now they really ideally need to go to other aquariums. The problem is they do need a big tank, and when you're the biggest aquarium in the country, that's easy enough. But a lot of people in the UK can actually accommodate them. But we're talking to a couple of people, and so hopefully we will get something sorted out.
There she is, the baby ray there.
Yeah. So you can see all the spots at the back there, they've all got different patterns. If you see our adults upstairs, you can see Kits has got lots of spots, Cuba has hardly any, and neither has Vincent, he's got a few little ones towards the back.
Nice. Keep your questions coming in. If you are able to donate at this time and help support our animal team and means that we can keep doing our Facebook Lives for you every week, there is a donate link in the comments and in the description, so anything you can give would be absolutely fantastic, and thank you to every single person that's donated so far. We've had a few people do birthday fundraisers for us as well, so if you're able to and it's your birthday, we'll try and give you a shout out during next week's Facebook Live video. If you fancy doing a birthday fundraiser for us, that would be amazing. Oh, we've got a good question here from Toby, age 7. Are there eyes on the top or the bottom?
Their eyes are on the top, or on the side with the different species. So the Cownose Rays, eyes on the side, because they're the ones that live around in the mid-water. Now the bottom-dwelling rays, who I should actually give some food to in a minute because I'm even ignoring them, they actually have eyes on the top of their head because they spend a lot of their time buried in the sand with just their eyes poking out. So they're completely hidden apart from their eyes sticking out.
Oh wow! We've got a question from Georgia, age 10. Do you have a favourite? Which is, tricky to ask our curator, but I'm sure.
I think at the moment it's got to be Betchway, because Betchway, it's amazing what we've achieved here as an organisation, as a team, as an industry really, with breeding these guys. They take so much time and effort. So every time we do have a birth, it is a major undertaking, and we've got to be very, very proud of it. And so yeah, I think Betchway at the moment is number one. But as a species, as a group, I actually really like the Cownose, because when you see them shoaling together, they are awesome, and that's kind of the goal here, to have a big group of them in our ocean tank at some point.
Well, we've got a very important question from Isabella, aged 8. Do they have a butt? Which, thanks for difficult questions like that. Keep them coming in.
I mean, that is why I went to college. It's all about fish and sharks and rays.
Do they have a butt?
They do have a butt underneath the tail there.
Okay.
Underneath the tail there, and the eagle-eyed ones you might notice got a bit of fish poo floating around as well.
Bit of fish poo, nice.
Yes, they do, and they don't produce a lot of waste, not like the turtle. He's a messy so-and-so.
Oh no, really?
Yeah. He likes to poo on your head when you're diving.
Well, you heard it here, folks.
Yeah.
Heard it here first. The turtle likes to poo on your head when you dive with him.
Definitely.
Friday the naughty turtle.
I might abuse my position for a second to say hello to Logan, who's my little dad at home. He loves this place. He actually knows more about the animals than I do. I probably should say that because I'm going to get sacked tomorrow. Anyway, Logan, I hope you're doing your schoolwork, and I hope you've got out your pyjamas. More importantly, I hope your mum's out in her pyjamas as well.
So if you want a shout out, if it's anyone's birthday or you want us to say hello, just comment below and we'll try and say hello as many people as possible. Hello to Isaac, age 5. Hello to Zach and Stephen, age 7 and 8. Hello to Ava, age 10. Jensen, age... I could be here all day if I say hello to everyone, so I'll leave it there for a second. Oh, someone's asked, what is the difference between rays? That's Alicia, age 12.
Difference between rays?
Yeah, so or maybe like rays and skate, because I do get confused sometimes.
So, I mean, my personal feeling is that rays give birth to live young. So rays are generally stingrays, they have a sting. And skates, which are the ones that we generally find around our oceans, our seas, so thornbacks, small-eyed, they actually produce eggs.
Okay.
Okay, so that's generally the best way of getting the difference between them. So yeah, skates produce eggs, stingrays produce live young.
There you go. That's, again, very interesting. I am not in the animal team, so I'm learning as much as you guys here. Hello to Jacob, age 6. Hello to Caden, who loves watching. Thank you, Caden. We love having you. We'll be doing another Facebook Live every Wednesday until we're open again. So make sure you tune in. Make sure you're liking our Facebook page. And oh, cool! I've seen another different ray at the bottom of the tank there, Marcus.
Yeah,
What's that one?
So these ones I've been ignoring, the poor little thing. So that's actually a blue spot masked ray, and another little boy. He's not actually really part of a breeding program at the moment. We took him in from another aquarium who was struggling to accommodate him. And one more is upstairs. But yeah, I mean, they come from the Indian Ocean, Pacific Ocean. They don't get very big, and they spend a lot of their time buried in the sand. they eat the same sort of thing, so they eat little shrimps, crustaceans, maybe tiny little fish that are buried in the sand with them. But yeah, they'll get to about a metre in length. They don't get huge really. He's just plodding along right here. There is a chance we were trying to get him and I think it's his brother, we were trying to get them sent to an aquarium in Spain where they've got some girls over there. Oh. And unfortunately, a couple of things got in the way. One of them Brexit, and one of them that we're going through at the moment. They kind of put a scupper on a few things. But hopefully one day we will actually get them out to Spain, and they can do what they were made to do.
Cool, we'll change the subject then, Marcus.
Yeah, okay, all right. Family show.
Hello to all the children from All Saints in Marple. We've got a few different schools saying hello. St Sampson's High School in Guernsey as well, and William, aged 10. We've got loads of people tuned in, so thank you so much for tuning in and supporting our aquarium and our charity at this time. As Marcus said, we are part of the Ocean Conservation Trust, which is a charity. So we've got these animals to try and help the oceans and try and make the oceans healthier, and to try and inspire the next wave of marine biologists and ocean conservationists. So thank you so much for joining in. And any more questions, let us know. Ooh, now we've got a good question from Isla, age 6. How can you tell the difference between the boys and the girls?
Okie dokie. Right, so let's see if we can actually get this on camera. So the boys are something called claspers. Come on. So at the base of their tail, not you're the wrong sex. At the base of their tail, they've got these two little sausage-like appendages. That's the polite way of putting it.
Oh, nice splash.
Just at the base of the tail there. Underneath the tail is two little bits sticking out. So they're the claspers. And they are... those are the boys.
The boy parts, nice.
The boy parts, yes.
Yeah.
I can tell I've not had that conversation with my son yet. And then the females obviously do not have those parts. Now generally with sharks and rays as well, the females are usually bigger. The males are a bit smaller. So that's another way to tell them apart if you've got a group of them. And that's how we actually do identify some of our guys from a distance. If there's a group of them, if it's a smaller one, you can usually bet it's a boy.
Right,
Here's
nice.
the X-ray again. So with these eagle rays, so I say, obviously we've had some good success with breeding them, but we can't just leave them to their own devices. It's we have to intervene and help out. So what happens is we have we have a male upstairs and the females, and the pregnancy, like I said, about 9 or 12 months, and the female will start to get bigger. Her belly will get bigger, and as she gets really close to giving birth, she'll start to see bulges on her back as well. And we luckily have an eagle ray whisperer at the aquarium. One of our volunteer hosts called Jill, and she knows when the eagle rays are about to pop. So we listen to her. And what we have now is we have a birthing pen in our tank. So it's a very large tank inside the tank. So when we think the female is about to give birth, we will guide her into that birthing cage. And she's got a bit of peace and quiet then. She's not being harassed by any of the animals. And more importantly, when she does give birth, there's no chance of the baby being eaten by any of the sharks in the tank, such as the lemon shark or the sandbar sharks. So that's how we control it. And then we take the baby out and we then put them in another tank, and then we train them up to
Awesome.
feed.
Hello to Millie. We've been asked to say hello to Millie. Lenny, age 7. Hello. We've got lots of people that are age 7, so it's a good age. I hope everyone's staying safe at home and doing lots of amazing schoolwork. We've got lots of online resources. We've got colouring sheets. We've got toddler crafts we're doing every Tuesday. And if you want to chill out, make sure you tune into our pages on Saturday, as we're posting some nice aquarium relax videos, which are nice to watch.
Okay. I don't know if you can see over there. That is another type of blue spot ray. He's going to come over here. This is a blue spot ribbon tail ray. Now these are guys that we are part of a breeding program for. Come on. I'm tall, but I'm not that tall. You're going to eat it, or you're just going to... he's eating it.
There you go, look at that.
So we, again, it's another breeding program part. We have, forgotten how many we've got. Let's say about 10 of these guys in the building at the moment. And for years we had a group and they didn't do anything. We thought maybe the boy was really not that interested. And then the last 18 months we've had, 5 or 6 pups?
Oh, wow.
And he's been the daddy of all of them.
Cool.
So we actually have you know, we have a big group, and they come from other aquariums in the UK, but also from Holland as well. I think it's Burger Zoo, same place where the eagle rays came from. We get a pup from them. So again, it's another example of how, as an industry, we work together. You know, I mean, zoos. You know, most people bring that zoos send animals around the place. You know, breeding purposes all the way around Europe, the world. That's great, but moving animals from an aquarium's perspective is a lot harder, because with a terrestrial animal, so an animal that lives, you know, in a zoo, you can pop it in a crate or a cage, you know, and it's all good. Obviously, with fish, you've got the water to look after. You've got to keep it warm. You've got to keep it filtered. It's a huge undertaking, and you know, luckily, it's something that we, as an aquarium here, we can actually do quite well. You know, we've moved fish all around the world. You know, from sandsaddle sharks from South Africa. People have driven animals up from I think near Milan in Italy.
Wow.
We've done road trips to in the Netherlands as well. So you know, we're quite good at moving animals, but it's a big undertaking.
Oh, we've got a good question here from Anne-Marie, who's age 20. Are the ribbon rays related to ribbon eels?
No, they're not. That is just a name. But they've got the same sort of colourings though. I mean, you know, they're quite amazing animals. But no, it's just in the name really.
Okay, nice. Thank you, Anne-Marie, age 20.
That wasn't for a university project.
Got a good question here from Izzy, Beth, and Anna, who say, do they all get along?
Generally, yes, they do.
Which is good.
So I'm not just leaving it at that. I was just actually seeing if Betro is getting the food. So one of the reasons we've got these males in here separated out is because the males can be a bit focused on one thing if there are girls around, and when that happens is with sharks and rays, when they thinking of the correct term, when they like to become intimate with each other, the males will generally bite onto the female. The female sharks and rays, generally their skin's a lot thicker than the males, so the males will grab hold of them and do what they need to do. But that can usually leave quite a few scars and wounds and what have you. So if we left these with the females, not only would they be going through the stress of pregnancy, but they'd also be getting quite a few bites and marks on them. But when you separate the sexes, they generally calm down quite a bit. We're not going to keep them separated forever, because that's really not fair, and that would put other stresses on the animals. So we would have introduced them eventually. Nice. But no, generally they do get on. They can squabble at the feed table sometimes, but no, generally they're okay.
And the one thing that the males have on their mind is playing PlayStation.
Yeah.
So they love playing PlayStation. Their favourite games are Minecraft, lots of other things. That's the baby there again. She is very, very cute. I think she might be my favourite actually. Right, let's have a quick look at the rest of the tank. All the way down the end. As Marcus mentioned earlier, it's tricky to see, and I don't want to do it in case I drop my phone in the tank. But up there, we've got our Jawsome exhibit, so people can look down and see the rays from above, which is really cool. And then above that, we've got the deepest tank in the UK, which is the Atlantic Ocean tank. So you can watch that on YouTube. We've got a live feed from that tank, which has got the turtle and the big sharks and the mum and dad of the baby ray. And then this one is kind of all for the smaller rays. Oh, we are getting splashed occasionally, which is, you know, we are getting a bit wet, but as long as you guys, yeah, exactly. You know, we're doing it for you guys. Right.
But yeah, these guys, they'll calm down now, because in the wild, they'd be kind of grazing, they'd be foraging most of the day. You know, but that's not what happens here. Unfortunately, we can't stand here all day and just feed them occasionally. So that's why we give them 3 feeds. So we do spread out as much as we can. But yeah, after a while, they do start to get a little bit full, and they'll just have a bit of a swim around, and they'll start digesting the food. And then we'll come back later on, probably after lunch, and give them another feed. And you can see that what I gave Betray then was actually a cockle in the shell. Now this shows how they eat. They've got really powerful crunching teeth pads, so to speak. So where sharks have lots of these teeth, and many of you might know that the shark's teeth fall out and they get replaced continuously. So the same happens with the rays. So they have these long pads, one at the bottom, one at the top, and that's how they crunch up things like cockles and hermit crabs and other crustaceans. And then occasionally they will fall out and they'll just be replaced. But if you got your finger in there, it would really, really hurt. Okay, yeah, talking from experience once again.
Awesome, thank you very much. Keep all your questions coming in. So someone's asked how many females we've got in the tank, but we just got the one in here at the minute who's the baby. We've got Holly, aged 11, would like to know who is the oldest in this tank.
Apart from me.
Yeah, apart from Marcus.
That is going to be Mo. So Mo is, I think that's Mo there on the bottom.
There you go.
Mo is the Cownose Rays, so he's been here for about at least 10 years now, I think. So he's probably about 11 or 12 years old. Now, these Cownose Rays can probably live up to about 20 years.
Wow.
Eagle Rays maybe about 30 years. You're probably looking a bit less for the smaller bottom-dwelling rays. But they can hang around for quite a while. But they're not the oldest thing in the aquarium, or the oldest living thing, the potential living thing in the aquarium. That's going to be Friday, our turtle. So, these turtles, I mean, that's anyone who's seen Finding Nemo, they can live for a long, long time. They can live into 100 years. I mean, Friday himself is probably about 30. So not that old.
Good age now.
He's enjoying life, getting up to no good.
Yeah.
He'll regret it later on, believe me. You have to start doing exercise and, eating the proper things and stop drinking so much wine.
Oh, someone's asked, so Will has asked, what's the ray we have at the aquarium?
So what, sorry?
What's the largest ray we have at the aquarium?
No, that is going to be Cool Whip. So Cool Whip is a honeycomb whiptail ray. So it's another benthic ray, so it's a ray that lives on the bottom, so her eyes will be on the top of her head. And she's not in this tank, obviously, she's in another tank in the building. And yeah, she looks like she's got a honeycomb pattern on her side. Now, she is probably, let's say, about 1.5 meters across and up to about 3 meters long with the tail. She weighs a ton, believe me, we've had to move her a couple of times, and she's only going to get bigger. So yeah, she's the biggest ray. The southern stingrays in the tank above us, they also get quite large, again to about 1.5 meters across, 2 meters plus in length, and they can get to probably about 70, 80, maybe 90 kilos. So again, they are pretty big and pretty heavy.
Wow. Someone has asked, Bella, age 10, how big is the filter for this tank? Which I've got no idea. Marcus, you might know.
Well, it's difficult to give a size because it's all actually hidden away down that end of the room there. The filtration, there's lots of different parts of the filtration. I won't do my filtration 101 lecture just here.
That'll be, that's after watershed at night.
That's another one.
We'll do another one.
More than happy to do that. But the filters are, let's just say it's probably about 3 meters cubed. 3 meters wide, 3 meters long, 3 meters high. And what's that doing is it's taking out all the large bits of waste, like the fish poo that I was mentioning earlier on. It's taking out things you can't see either. So, some of the wee from the rays. And it polishes it, and it cleans it, and it also disinfects it. We use a lot of UV here, and UV disinfects the water and gets rid of all the bugs. So it does all that sort of thing, and then it adds a lot more oxygen to the water as well, because fish like us, they need oxygen to breathe, oxygen to live.
Nice. So, I think we're coming to the end of our ray video. I think we've met all of our rays so far, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, all the ones in this tank, yes.
Awesome. So make sure you tune in to our next Facebook Live, which is next Wednesday. That'll be at 2 p.m. And we've got a very special one because we're going to be meeting our divers before they go in to dive. So you can ask as many questions as you want to our divers. That's next Wednesday at 2 p.m. I just want to say a massive thank you for watching. Thank you very, very much for donating. I want to say a massive shout out to all the staff that we've got working at the aquarium here that are working super hard, and all the amazing staff that we've got that are currently furloughed as well. A big hello to you guys. So from everyone here at the National Marine Aquarium, thank you very much for watching. And any questions that we didn't answer, same for our other live videos, we're going to be putting up fact sheets and trying to answer as many questions as possible. So thank you so much for joining in, and we'll hopefully see you soon.